Good day and welcome to uh, the preview for today's racing. We're racing from Durbanville. Um, but before we start looking at the form, um, welcome to Outside of GENIE. For those who are not familiar with Outside of GENIE is not a tipster. I'm a form analyzer. I analyze form, and through my analysis, I then give you possible winners and also horses that I think can either win or place. Outsiders that can win or place. I normally give you 3 selections. I give you, if the first selection is the horse that I think that will win. The second and third selections is outsiders that I think can either win or place, and they're normally not in a particular order. We also provide a service where you can get our selections every day. You can subscribe to our selections. So just by the way, I just want to mention that during the July meeting, I gave you 5 winners: Winter Story, Dynasty's Blossom, Nibira, Kelly Princess, and Famous Fox. We also got people that are sending us messages thanking us. This guy, he backed 4 of my winners, and he just sent a thank you for my previews. Is that for the preview I did with Pierre Stradom. So it really makes one feel good if people do follow your selections. So you can subscribe. We give you race by race selections, value bets, best bet of the day, suggested trifecta and quartet selections, affordable PA, and a pick 6. Now we have a special order now. Our normal rates are 500 Rand per month. If you subscribe now for August and pay before or on the 31st of July, you can get the monthly subscription for 400 Rand. You can contact us on 083-585-5133. So now let's move on to the dailies, to the racing. You will see that I normally don't give selections on juveniles. The first 2 races are juveniles, but I'm just going to run through the betting for you on your behalf. Major attraction 15 to 10, twice the quality 9 to 2, in a half 7 to 1, River Cafe 15 to 2, 17 to 2, cut class 12 to 1, and longer arrest. Captain's Flow race 2, 22 to 10, 22 to 10 La Quinta, 7 to 2 French Fling, Tallahassee 7 to 1, All's Last 11 to 1, 12 to 1, and longer the rest. So now we get to race 3, where Cape Terreux is 2 to 1, Rosemary Meadow 3 to 1, Peanut Butter 5 to 1, Water Jewel 7 to 1, A Moment Apart 10 to 1, and the rest. You'll see today at Durbanville there's a lot of smaller fields. I don't expect on this card that there can really be big upsets. The fields are a bit small. But let's have a look. Let's start at race 3. So I'm going to scroll back here. I did my homework here, so I just need to scroll back quickly. But let's see if we can get to race 3. This is race 1. I don't want to bet race 1, so just move down to race number 3. Race number 3 is a maiden plate over 1,600 meters. And here I fancy number 2, Rosemary Meadow. Rosemary Meadow came off a rest and didn't do well, but the second run after the rest, she ran much better, and I expect her to improve. Flower Alleys are running well. They're winning races. But number 1, Cape Terreux, just has as equal chance as number 2. But the reason I went for number 2 is that they ran in the same race behind the Vaal, and number 1 was 4 lengths behind the Vaal, and Rosemary Meadow was just 3 lengths behind the Vaal. So that's why that's my selection. Other horses that you can look at is number 3, Water Jewel from the Paul Reef stable. This horse is always there and thereabouts. There it was second behind Sing Out Loud, which won a feature on Sunday. So this horse can also be involved. Definitely not without a chance. In For a Moment Apart, can Jeff Woodruff stable have surprised in the past? This has been run by his daughter. She's the assistant trainer there, and that might surprise. Watch Me Now flashes up now and then, but the same goes for Apache Girl, but Apache Girl gets -4, so that could be a possible run in a possible place with that. Then we get to the 2-year-olds, number 7, Peanut Butter. Hasn't shown much, but I'm looking for this horse to improve after the rest. So it is well bred. So definitely throw into all your calculations. Now let's move on to race number 4. Race number 4 is a Pinnacle Stakes over 1400 meters. Yeah, we have number 1 as the favorite. Let me just do the betting for you. Number 1, Campari. It's 22-10, ready to steady, go 72. Sacred Arrow 4-1, Rush Hour Girl 4-1, Oracle 7-1, Spectra Force 9-1. Yeah, here we have Campari. This horse run against the best in the country. And here it runs on Durbanville over the 1400 meters, second to Rainbow Bridge. And I expect this horse to this is a banker. You can bank this horse. It's also the best bet of the day, currently at 22-10. Help yourself. I'm not sure this horse is going to jump at 22-10. On this horse is way above anything else in this field. Other horses that you can look at. Remember, this is a plate race, so the horses are best handicap is number 1, Kampala Kari, 2, Sacred Arrow, 3, Ready Steady Go, Rush Hour Girl, and then Dorset Noble, which I've just saw was scratched, was looking anyway for further distance. Number 5, Oracle, although not on the best weighted column, but I'm sure Oracle can run an improved race and be involved in the placings, as number 6, Extra Force can also be involved in the placings. Has also run against some decent opposition, only carrying 52.5. So you can then watch out for this one. Also maybe to run into the places behind Campari. So let's now move on to race number 5. Race number 5 is a merit rated 79 over 1400 meters, Class C, merit rating 75. So let's have a look here, where the favorite is number 1, 3-1, Midnight Badger, Cyber Law 33-10, Tambora 9-2, 6-1, Pink Floyd, Regimental 8-1, Marco Polo 10-1, and number 10, Brandenburg 10-1, 60-1, and longer the rest. Durbanville race 5. I'm gonna go. We just want to make sure we say that there's a Class C 75. I want to bring you down to Cyber Law. Cyber Law is carrying 54 -4. It's only carrying 50 kilograms, and it has run in this class, and it has run some decent races. Leader Dranbell, Frank Lloyd Wright, Via Rio, Hurricane Harry, Camp David, always close. Katak. This horse ran a length to Katak, and that's why I said with this race behind Katak. One thing behind Kentucky that is very good, only carrying 50. Number 10, Cyber Law, I strongly recommend as well. I think this horse will be hard to beat in this race. Then other horses that you can look at is number 2, Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd also ran last week, ran second to Icon King, has run against them a little bit stronger, but is carrying 59.5, so must give Cyber Law 9.5 kilograms, and I think with 9.5 kilograms, it's going to be hard to beat Cyber Law. Then other horses with chances is number 5, Regimental. I've also recommended this one last time out. It ran second to Moon Rock, but in a lower division, running now in also higher division, carrying 58, giving Cyber Law 50 kilograms, 8 kilograms. That might be too much weight to give away. Doppio Oreo, I thought was going to be a good horse, but this horse won and then he just like fluffed his lines, and he's running indifferently, so not for me today. Let's move on to race number 6, which is a Class B 89 over 1,000 meters, a merit rated 94. Let's have a look at the betting on race number 6. Race number 6, number Master Vargas 5-2, Water Winner 28-10, 4-1 Apollo Eyes 5-1 Mr. Cops, 6-1 Nasty Harry, 7-1 Broadside, 10-1 El Braga. Okay. So let's have a look at this race. In this race, I really do fancy number 1, What a Harry. We just look here, it's a B89. What a Harry, also carrying -4. This jockey Solomon is really worth his 4 kilograms, and shortly he's going to be down to 2.5. But while he's still 4 kilograms, I think you can follow him with confidence. For those who do not know, his father is more named Winner. So sometimes the father and son runs in the same race. Now, if you have a look at what this horse has raced again, Pacific Trader, Russet Air, Jim Chinney Run Fox Run. Last time out it was beaten, 2 runs back it was beaten by Master Vegas Master Vegas was carrying 55.5. This horse was carrying 60.5. So he was giving Master Vegas 5 kilograms. Now he's only carrying 57. So it's 2.5. It's 7.5 turnaround for 1.95. Definitely Mr. Vargas is going to battle to finish in front of number 1, Winter, What a Winter. I know horses don't run on paper, but I can assure you that What a Winter will be definitely hard to beat in this race. Mr. Vargas, is also a good horse. He runs good races, but weight stops a train. So carrying 59 and against the horse that he last time out, he got 5 kilograms from him. Now he's carrying 2.5 kilograms more. That's 7 kilograms in turnaround in weight. That's hard to make up that kind of weight, but it's not impossible, but unlikely. Then we have a look at number. I want to have a look at number 5. Number 5 is Mr. Cops. Mr. Cops always there and thereabouts, has run some very decent races. There it ran 3.15 in that $500 million race. Not bad. Be Nvidia ran beyond words of your oyster. I expect. I don't see this horse winning this race, but a nice longer price horse to put into your calculations. Then we go down to race number 7. Race number 7 is a 1,000 meters, merit rated 78, Class D, rating 70. Let's have a look at the betting. The betting is number 3, Al Wahed 5-2, Firewalker 3-1, Ikebana 7-2, 4-1, Destruction Boy, Rebel Spirit 6-1, 14-1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look at Ikebana. We're looking here at the D division, average merit, average rating 70. Now, when you look at that and you see this, 88, 86, 79, 92, 85. This horse ran against Roaring the Hay last week, only stopped late over 1,000, although now over 1,000, and now down in class. There it was running in B division, C divisions, and now it's down in the D division. Also, I think Ikebana will be a hard horse to beat. Craig Shane is riding, and he's a very competent jockey. I've been waiting for this horse to recapture its early form. It ran well earlier in his career, and I'm looking forward to see this horse picking up and start winning again. There's a few horses of chances in this race. Al Wahed won last time with now getting -4. So I expect this to be a duel between Al Wahed and number 1 Ikebana. But Al Wahed, already 8-year-old, this horse can't really improve. This horse is now just running on ability, where Ikebana can still improve. So I think that number 1 Ikebana can improve more. Cape of Storms ran a few nice races early in his career, but currently off form. Shinnecock withdrawn. Firewalk is a horse that always gives us his best. He's always there and there around, so can be involved in the finish. Destruction Boy, again, Jeff Woodruff inmate, ran less than 2 lengths behind El Wahad last time. There's a slight turnaround. I don't know if that's enough to beat El Wahid. Rebel Spirit also was a nice, also in the beginning of his career, won 2 quick races, and then thereafter, you'll see it's already 833 days since the last win. Currently now with Glenn Pooler, and yeah, it is looking to maybe, if you look at the last race, it might be that this horse is returning to form, but might need one more run. Then we get to the last race, which is the 8th race, which is a maiden plate over 1600 meters. Let's look at the betting quickly. The betting is Attorney General 4-1, Nixon 9-2, Morsey 5-1, half and half 5-1, Elusive Tango 11-2, 11-1 Blue Ground, 14-1 Alwick Castle, Secret Circle, and 20-1 the rest. In this race, my fancy is a little bit down in the betting. I like the look of number 13, Secret Circle. It's a 2-year-old. It can improve. It has had 2 runs, and I think over the last time, over the 1600 meters, passed a few late, was running on, and that's what I'm looking for. The horse is improving, so I would think number 13 can come up and surprise in this race. In this race, there are a few horses with chances. Number 9, Attorney General, ran well in his first race. We're now getting -4, so that can be to his benefit. Has only had 1 run. Didn't finish too badly on 400 to finish 23.9, so can come in the reckoning. Alfred's Legacy is already a 4-year-old. Has had 8 races, not many places, but has been a place close here and there. So maybe a nice horse to put into the back end of your quartets. So there are a few horses that I'm looking that I'm looking at to improve in this race. So definitely watch the betting. So I just want to get here. Number 1 is Morsey. Morsey has had a few runs here and there placed over the 1600 meters, but not a consistent horse. And sorry, I really apologize for this. He's currently, it's a 3-year-old, has already 13 runs. You know, runs there and thereabouts, but just can't seem to get to put it together. But maybe because once I say this, the horse's luck might change. I don't know. Nixon is also a horse that has run, been starting to run some places, so could also be maybe involved in the finish. A little bit drawn wide at 10. Elusive Tango also running there and thereabouts, drawn 4. I see there's a form behind the second wave, so one will have to see how this form works out. Yes, number 4, Alwick Castle, has run some okay races, but nothing to get excited about, but also drawn 14. That might be a problem. Blue Ground did improve last time behind Southern Star, and Southern Star came out to win again. So that the rest might have done this horse good. It's draw 1, maybe 1 to include. Then another horse, half and half, is for me a mystery horse. There was some rumors that he's a good horse. They've backed him here from 12-1 to 7-1 against Namakwa Land, but it doesn't show that that the rumors are true. But maybe do include Justin Snape horses have got the ability to improve overnight. So that has been my conclusion for the meeting at Durbanville. I hope you can have a nice bet, and as I always say, break a leg.